For today's video, we are going to be going over December's craft kit tutorial. I'm going to show you what came in those boxes and how I put them together. So without further ado, let's jump in. So this is going to be the kit that comes in box 1, box 2, and box 3. You guys know I love Highland cows so much, so I had to do this really cute one for Valentine's Day. If you have box 2 and 3, you'll also receive this 6x6 paper pad to use on your kit or any of your other crafting projects. So as always, I'm going to go through and show you all the pieces that you should have gotten in your kit. If you ever have any issues with your box, don't hesitate to reach out and we will get whatever is missing taken care of. Now I'm going to go through and paint all of my pieces. I get a lot of questions on how I don't get paint in those lines. I take my time and I go right up next to the line with my paintbrush to make sure that I don't get any paint inside of there so that you can see all the lines nice, crisp, and clearly. So that's how I do it. I just go really slow. I'm going to be using these 3 main colors for my kit. For the words, I used this blue on a really detailed paintbrush and went through all of the letters, all of the words, and gave those one nice good coat. For the hearts, I did some of them in red, and then I also did some of them in pink. For the main portion of his head, I'm going to put the wax on top and then wipe it off with a paper towel so that it has a lighter stained look. And I'm going to do that from around where his horns are and then all the way down, making sure that I wipe off all the excess wax with the paper towel. And then for the top portion of his fur or his hair, I'm going to paint that with the wax, but I'm not going to wipe it off with a paper towel. I'm going to leave it as is so that it does have a darker contrast look than the rest of his fur. And then for his snout or nose, I'm going to use more of a taupey color, and then I will use a black paint pen to fill in his nostrils. And I keep saying him, but we're wearing a headband, so I guess technically it's a she. So I am going to use some of that paper that came from my 6x6 paper pad, trace out that bow, cut it out with my scissors, and then to glue it onto the bow, I'm just going to use a glue stick. You could use Mod Podge if you want. Doing the iron-on method with Mod Podge is one of my favorites. I just don't have any parchment paper right now, so I'm just using a glue stick to stick that paper on. And then I did take a pencil and redraw those engraved lines that are on the wood itself, just to give it more definition from the headband and the bow. Now to assemble my pieces, I like using the super glue wood glue that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and our whole back of our sign has engraved lines in it, so you can tell exactly where to put each of the pieces. You can get everything nice and straight without guessing where to put it. So I just go through and glue all of my pieces down. For my horns, I didn't paint them, I just left them the natural wood color. You're just going to layer your horns on top of your main cow piece, and then it's like building a puzzle. You just kind of glue everything down where you see it on the back of your sign. For the words, I just put a little bit of glue on there and then dab it with my finger so you're not having glue just seep out from all of the letters. It kind of helps everything, I don't know, just kind of blend into the wood so you're not creating a big mess. Once you've got all your pieces glued down, you can use the twine that was provided in the kit, or you can use a ribbon of your own choice. I grabbed this for my stash, and I'm going to use this to create a hanger for my sign. I just tied a couple double knots in the back, and there you have it. You guys, I love Highland cows so much. If you've been following me, you know how much I love them. I think they are absolutely adorable, and I just thought the sign was too dang cute for Valentine's Day, so I hope that you're loving this one just as much as I am. This is kit number 3 that comes in box number 3 along with the other kit that we just did. This also comes with 2 accessory items, which December's was a stencil and some ephemera. So these are all the pieces that come along with this adorable gnome kit. I love this one so much. I don't think I've done a gnome yet with my subscription box, so I was really excited to do a Valentine's Day one. So I just kind of painted these by color, all the colors that were one color, specifically like this cream one, I painted all at the same time. Makes it a bit easier when you're going through and painting all of your pieces to do all one color at the same time. So I'm going to start with all my cream pieces, and then I move on to all my pieces that I'm painting red, so the little wagon and some hearts. And then I wanted a glittery gold, so I grabbed some of my COUTURE paste that I had. I'm going to paint the arms that gold, I'm going to paint some hearts that gold, and then for the hands and the nose, I'm going to paint pink along with a couple other hearts. Moving on to the gnome's body, for his legs, I'm going to do some red and gold stripes on his tights. Or I guess they could be pants. I don't know, tights, pants, whichever one you want to call it. I also painted his boots in that glittery gold as well. And then for his hat, I wanted kind of a mix of a couple different shades. So I started out with that light pink, and then I grabbed a little bit of red and kind of mixed them together, and then just kind of swirled my brush on his hat to make his hat have a lot more dimension and swirls. I didn't want it to be just one flat color. So I just kind of played around with this with the paint until I had it the way I liked it. I just went back and forth between the light pink and the red, kind of mixed them together on the hat while the paint was wet, and this is how it turned out. I thought it was really adorable, and I love the swirls of the different shades. And then for his beard, I'm going to go in with a white chalk paint, and then I'll also take a tad bit of some gray paint and mix that in with the white so that his beard has more dimension. It's not just a flat white, kind of doing streaks of that gray, and I'll just go back and forth with the white and the gray, mostly doing the white and then taking that same brush and going back over those gray streaks that I put on there to kind of blend it all together. For the middle portion of the wagon, I will paint in a dark gray, the wheels and the handle and the back. And then for the flower bouquets, I'm going to paint the stems and the leaves just in a regular green. I'm going to begin assembling my gnome. First though, I forgot to paint the little hearts that are on his hat. So I just took a marker and went over all of those hearts. This marker comes from the Dollar Tree, so I did have to do a couple coats to get it as stark white as I wanted it to be. Now, using that same glue that I can pick up from the Dollar Tree, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting everything together. I'm going to attach one of the smaller hearts to the bigger one and glue that onto his hat. And then there are lines that match up with his beard and his feet. So you can glue his feet to the back of his head. You'll glue 3 hearts to the little heart banner that he's going to hold. You can glue his little cuffs of his sleeves right above his hands. And then to assemble his hands and the banner, I started by gluing one arm down first. Once I had that arm down, I'm going to put glue on the back of another arm and then have that banner there so that I can make sure that the hands are spaced out evenly so that he can hold the banner still. I'll go ahead and attach the banner to his hands, add the cuffs to the tops of his shoes, add the circles on top of the wheels, and then add more hearts to the flower bouquet. To assemble your wagon, you can put some glue on the top of the middle portion of the wagon, add the front of the wagon to that. Now there's 2 different things that you can do. You can glue the back portion of the wagon on first, which is what I did. But when I did this, I had a little bit of trouble getting my heart bouquets inside of the wagon. So you could glue down your heart bouquet first and then glue the other side of the wagon down if you wanted to make it a little easier. Now, using the stencil that comes in this box, I'm going to use that on the base or the stand from our kit. I just took a paintbrush and I grabbed that same gold chalk paste from COUTURE and I just did up and down dabbing motions and went across the entire stand. I went through and added little details here and there using a white and black marker just to give it, a little extra pop, a little extra detail. It's always fun to kind of spruce it up a little bit. You don't have to do this. It's just really however you want your kit to look, which is what I think is so much fun about these kits. You can take inspiration from what I'm showing you here, or you can make it completely different, make it your own, the colors that you choose to match your Valentine's decor, whatever it may be, you can personalize it however you want. And then you can go ahead and add your gnome and your wagon to your base. Like I said, I struggled a little bit getting my flowers into the wagon. So if you're struggling, just kind of go in at a corner and push it on down and it should go in there just fine. And that's it. That is it for kit number 3 from December's subscription kit. I hope that you guys liked this one. I thought it was absolutely adorable. I love Valentine's Day, so I hope that you guys enjoy putting this one together and set it up with your Valentine's Day decor. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys leave, and I'll see you next time. Bye!